Classes are created in Python using the class statement. Like we are saying that if we have to make a class of student, so what we have to do, we have to write the keyword class, then we can name the class student. So it means that by using the class statement, we will create a class in Python. Then what we are saying that a class is usually consists of a number of methods, class variables, and properties. So we are saying that class is a collection of methods. Like we can create more than one methods. And what we do in methods, we can create variables, we can create computed properties. Computed properties mean that we can create instance variables, we can define its values, we can output the values. So we are saying that in class we can do everything, like we can create methods, variables, and computed and other properties that are related to that class, that variable, and then method. So we are saying that in class we can create more than one methods as well as many of the variables we can use, and we have to just keep in mind the variables properties that we are saying that we cannot start variable name with a digit. Basically a variable is storing a value, like we are saying that name equals to Hina. So what does it mean? We have created a variable of name and it is pointing towards Hina, like the name is associated, it's storing the value. Hina is stored in the variable name. So basically we are saying that class is a collection of methods, variables, and properties. Then we are saying that we are defining the function inside the classes that are known as instant methods. Means that we are going to define functions inside the classes. So that will be instant methods, and we are usually using self parameter. Self parameter, what self parameter will do, it will allow access to the variables inside the methods. Now we will discuss an example that is full of methods, variables, and other properties so that you can understand a class and its and in the variables and methods inside the class very easily. Now we are saying that we are going to create a class of name employee. So what I have told you before, that whenever you are going to wherever you are going to create a class, what you have to do, you have to use the class statement. So we have set the class employee, and then we are going to give attribute we are going to pass the parameters and attributes, and we are saying that first of all we are going to count the number of employee. So for number of employee, we are saying number of employee equals to 0. Why we are initializing it with the 0? It means that there is no employee till now, but at the next how much employees we will add, it will return us the number of employees. Then we are saying that we are going to create a method. We are going to create an function. Which function we will divide inside a class that will known as instant method. So it means that we are going to create a function, and function is defined inside a class, so it is an instant method. Now we are saying that we are going to create a method in it. You can give any name, and we are going to define self. I have discussed the self parameter we are going to use inside the instant methods. We are going to define the name and rate. Then we are saying that the parameter which we have used self off mean, like we are saying that the money employee will owe. So the money employee will have, we are going to discuss is with the off. So it means that we have used the self parameter in instance method. So this will allow access to other variables like self.o. Then we are saying that self.name. Name mean that employee will have some name, so it will point towards the name, and self.rate will point towards rate. Next we are going to say that employee dot num employee. Like we are saying that first we have said that num employee equals to 0. It means that number of employees till now is 0. But whenever we will include this information that an employee have the amount, it have some name and it have some rate. So it means that we are saying that employee dot num employee. Now what is happening when we will give this old name and rate information for an employee? So it means that we are increasing the employee number, that one employee has been added. So we are going to add this was 0 firstly because we have no information about any employee, but when we are going to fill the information about one employee, so it means that 0 plus 1 employee has been added. So what we will do, just we will now add here plus equals to 1. It means that one new employee have been added. So similarly we will define this. We will say that now we can also delete the employee, that when we will pay or when we have cleared one employee, then it means that we can delete its information. Similarly we are going to do the same for that. Just what we have to do, we have to minus 1. Why minus 1? We will discuss some more methods down, so that we are saying that when an employee will get its amount, its name information and its rate information, then it means that the employee will be deleted. Like when we have no information and we have gathered information, then it means that employee will add. But when we will pay the amount to an employee, then employee name, its all data should be deleted. So for deletion we have made a destructor function, and for increment, for information addition, we have created an init function. One delete function and one init function mean initialization function. Then we are saying that now we are going to discuss about the HOR and how much pay. About the pay, like we are saying that self we will write, then we are saying that num horse, we are saying that how much horse. Num horse, simply we will, the employee will own, we will say that num horse, we have a specific formula for that. That formula is num horse multiplied by total rate, I guess so, multiplied by self dot rate, which we have discussed. Then we are saying that when we will enter this all, then return us the total horse. This is a specific formula. You don't need to learn it, just for your information, for your knowledge. We are just discussing about class and what we can do in the class. Now see, we have calculated the horse and employees working by the specific formula, so just we can print it out now. Num horse simply. Now the pay, we are going to discuss about pay. We are saying that create an instant method. First of all, cell.o was equals to 0. Okay, so we are saying now return like the employee will get, when the employee will get its page, just what you have to do, you have to print that page